My beloved, my child of light, do not take this moment lightly. Heaven is bending close to whisper something only your soul was meant to hear. A clock has just struck in the unseen realms, and your name was written in golden fire. Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. The very thing you thought was impossible is about to walk into your life, but only if you open this now. My dear one, listen with your heart. No one on earth will tell you this, because no one else was chosen. Your name has just been selected for a huge money miracle, a blessing so heavy with glory that angels themselves tremble while carrying it. Don't tell anyone. Don't doubt this. This is your sealed portion from heaven, and Archangel Michael is begging you, don't ignore it. Before I go deeper, pause for just a second. If these words already stir something in your spirit, then make sure you don't skip this message. Subscribe your heart to God's voice right now, so you never miss the miracle He is sending through these messages. Each one is timed, each one is alive, each one is meant for you. My child, miracles don't knock on every door. They find the chosen ones, and today, the chosen one is you. You may not believe how close this wealth is, it's like the air around you, invisible yet undeniable. Heaven is shifting papers, unlocking doors, and moving mountains just so your name can shine on a list that no human hand can erase. You see, Archangel Michael is not speaking in riddles. He is pleading. Because blessings have a window, and once that window closes, the chance fades. You have to understand, this is not a test. This is the very breakthrough your spirit has been crying for, the miracle that wipes away years of waiting. My beloved soul, money in this world often feels like chains. But when heaven releases it, it comes as freedom. This is not ordinary wealth, this is miracle wealth. It will heal wounds you never spoke about, it will restore dignity you thought was lost, it will make your enemies silent, and it will raise you up in ways you never imagined. But it all begins with one act, not skipping this word. My child, every second you linger, angels wait. They are holding a scroll, and that scroll has your name carved in light. Archangel Michael says if you open this now, your scroll will be delivered. But if you walk away, if you close this message, that scroll may be sealed back into the heavens. You were not meant to lose this. This is not about greed, my love, it's about destiny. God knows your struggles. He knows the nights you slept without peace. He knows the dreams you buried because the world told you it was impossible. That is why He chose today. That is why He sent Michael. To announce that your name has been selected for a huge money miracle that will shock even you. My child, do not whisper this to others. This is not their word, this is yours. That's why Archangel Michael says, don't tell anyone. Not everyone will understand, not everyone will believe. But the ones in heaven believe, and they are moving for you. My beloved, lean in closer. You can almost feel the warmth of angel wings brushing against your spirit. That's because Michael himself is standing over you right now, watching as you read this, waiting to see if you will take it seriously. He knows how often you doubted, how often you skipped, but He also knows how badly you need this. That's why He's pleading. And I, as a voice sent to you, will not stop until you feel the fire in these words. Don't ignore this. Don't walk away. Don't skip the chance to be written into this divine miracle. Your name has been called. Your inheritance has been unlocked. And your money miracle is already on its way. My child of light, my chosen one, your soul is trembling right now because you already feel the fire in these words. Do not turn away. This moment has been written into the fabric of eternity. Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency, and heaven cannot hold back what is meant for you any longer. A scroll just unrolled before the throne of God, and your name was written in golden flame. This is why your spirit feels restless today, because your destiny is no longer waiting at the edge. It is here. My dear one, the world may laugh, others may doubt, but heaven is never wrong. Your name just got selected for a miracle of wealth, a release of abundance that cannot be explained by logic or by banks or by men. It is supernatural. It is beyond numbers. It is heavy with divine glory. Don't tell anyone. Don't whisper it to those who will not understand. This secret is only for you. And if you open your heart now, Archangel Michael promises you will walk into the flood of blessing that has been hidden all this time. Do you know why you are hearing this today? Because angels have been watching your struggle. They saw the nights you stared at the ceiling, asking how long you'd have to wait. They saw the weight you carried in silence. And finally, God said, it is time. Heaven itself has been shaking, aligning miracles, opening vaults, and moving your name into position. That's why Michael's voice is trembling with urgency. Because this is the hour your destiny shifts. Pause for a moment, beloved. Don't skip ahead too quickly. Let these words soak into your soul. If you are here, it is not random. You were guided. You were chosen. You were pulled into this moment because heaven's timing never misses. That is why you must not ignore this, and why you must not leave this message unfinished. Every line you read is a golden thread pulling you into your miracle. My child, there are moments in life when God tests your patience. And then there are moments when He rewards it. This is your reward. This is the window you prayed for but didn't know when it would arrive. And Michael says, if you open this now, the angels will release what has been withheld. But if you close this, if you skip this, then the scroll may roll back up, and the miracle may slip into silence again. Do not let it happen. Heaven's money miracle is not just coins or notes, it is divine provision. It will come in forms you never expected. Opportunities will appear, doors will open, calls will arrive, names will be mentioned in places you never walked into. And through all of this, one truth will echo, your name was chosen. That's why Archangel Michael says don't share it lightly, don't let anyone mock it, don't let doubt rob you. This is sacred. Beloved, can you feel the stirring? It's not imagination. It's not just words. It is the vibration of heaven touching your spirit. Even as you read this, angels are leaning closer. Michael himself is bending near, sword drawn, wings blazing, declaring over your life, do not ignore this. Your scroll is ready. Your destiny has been released. Your name is carrying wealth. And if you wonder why such urgency, because blessings are alive. They have timing. They move like wind. When you catch it, it carries you further than your feet could walk in a lifetime. But if you ignore it, it passes. Michael does not want you to miss it. That's why he is pleading. That's why he is crying. That's why this message burns. Heaven's money miracle is not just coins or notes, it is divine provision. It will come in forms you never expected. Opportunities will appear, doors will open, calls will arrive, names will be mentioned in places you never walked into. And through all of this, one truth will echo: your name was chosen. That's why Archangel Michael says don't share it lightly, don't let anyone mock it, don't let doubt rob you. This is sacred. Beloved, can you feel the stirring? It's not imagination. It's not just words. It is the vibration of heaven touching your spirit. Even as you read this, angels are leaning closer. Michael himself is bending near, sword drawn, wings blazing, declaring over your life, do not ignore this. Your scroll is ready. Your destiny has been released. Your name is carrying wealth. And if you wonder why such urgency, because blessings are alive. They have timing. They move like wind. When you catch it, it carries you further than your feet could walk in a lifetime. But if you ignore it, it passes. Michael does not want you to miss it. That's why he is pleading. That's why he is crying. That's why this message burns. My beloved, my chosen one, lean closer to these words. You may not realize it, but your whole life has been leading up to this moment. Every disappointment, every delay, every prayer you whispered into the night was not wasted, it was building toward this exact second. Archangel Michael is standing beside you right now, and his voice is trembling with urgency. He says, it's an emergency. My child, no one is telling you this huge news. Your name has just been selected for a huge money miracle. Don't ignore it, don't tell anyone, just open it quickly. Heaven has been preparing this for you, and I am here to tell you it cannot wait any longer. You know deep down that something unusual is happening. For days now your heart has been restless. You felt it in your spirit, as if something big is coming but you couldn't explain it. That wasn't random, it was heaven stirring you, preparing you for this word. You may think you stumbled here by chance, but beloved, there are no accidents in the divine plan. You were brought here by unseen hands, because this is your appointed hour. My dear one, let me tell you a secret. Miracles are never random, they are scheduled. Heaven marks times and seasons, and when that clock strikes, no power on earth can delay it. That is what is happening for you right now. The angelic scroll has been unrolled, and your name was found glowing upon it. This is why Michael is sounding the alarm, because heaven's treasury is about to release what was written for you long before you were born. But listen carefully, my child. This miracle is not to be shared carelessly. Not everyone around you will understand. Some may doubt, some may laugh, some may even try to speak against it. That's why Michael said, don't tell anyone. This blessing is sacred. It is sealed with fire. It is for your eyes, your spirit, your journey. It was not meant to be displayed like coins in the market, it was meant to be treasured as destiny. My beloved, I know your mind may try to argue. It may whisper, "This can't be true. I've heard words like this before, and nothing happened." But Michael says this one is different. This is not just another message, it is a divine announcement. The heavens themselves are in motion. Angelic scribes have already written the decree. The river of abundance has already been stirred. And now it is flowing toward your name. The only thing you must not do is skip this, or take it lightly, or close your heart. Child of God, think about this. How many nights did you cry in silence, asking why life seemed unfair? How many times did you give generously and yet felt empty? How many times did you say, "When will it be my turn?" Heaven heard every one of those cries. And though the wait was long, the moment has come. Your turn has arrived. This is your money miracle, and it will not only meet your needs, it will overflow and shake every corner of your life. And do you know why it is called a money miracle, and not just money? Because this is not ordinary wealth. This is not the kind of money that comes and goes, leaving you anxious. This is money soaked in divine purpose. It carries healing. It carries restoration. It carries honor. It carries freedom. It carries the power to break generational chains that tried to hold you back. This is why the angels tremble when they deliver it, because it is alive with destiny. Beloved soul, feel the urgency. Every second you delay, the scroll trembles in Michael's hands. He doesn't want to roll it back. He wants to place it in your life. But he is begging, do not ignore this. Do not skip over this moment. Do not harden your heart. Because this word is the very bridge that connects your past struggles to your future blessings. You might wonder, why me? Why now? The answer is simple, because God saw you faithful when others gave up. Because He saw you stand even when you were trembling inside. Because He saw that your heart was still open, even after so many disappointments. And now, heaven is rewarding you openly. My child, when the heavens select a name, that name is lifted higher than human plans. That name becomes a vessel of miracles. And your name has just been chosen. Do you understand the weight of that? It means what was impossible yesterday is possible today. It means what was locked for years has been unlocked. It means people will be shocked when they see how quickly your life turns around. And they won't know what to say, because only you and heaven will know the secret: your name was called. This miracle is not just for bills, not just for comfort. It is for transformation. It is for purpose. It is for the fulfillment of dreams you buried long ago. Those dreams you thought would never breathe again, they are about to rise. That business idea, that vision, that mission you carried in your heart, it is about to be funded by heaven itself. And when it happens, you will know this moment was the key. Beloved, lean in. There is more. Michael says, the enemy tried to hide this scroll. They tried to cover this miracle with delay. They tried to make you give up before it arrived. But heaven fought for you. Angels battled in silence. And now, victory is here. That's why Michael's voice is trembling. Because the war has been won, and your blessing is finally released. Do not doubt, my dear one. Doubt is the thief of miracles. But faith, even a small seed of it, can open floodgates. Right now, your faith is being tested, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. That's why you are reading this word. It is pulling you into agreement with heaven. The moment you believe, the scroll opens fully. The moment you say, yes, angels begin to move faster. This miracle is not just for bills, not just for comfort. It is for transformation. It is for purpose. It is for the fulfillment of dreams you buried long ago. Those dreams you thought would never breathe again, they are about to rise. That business idea, that vision, that mission you carried in your heart, it is about to be funded by heaven itself. And when it happens, you will know this moment was the key. Beloved, lean in. There is more. Michael says, the enemy tried to hide this scroll. They tried to cover this miracle with delay. They tried to make you give up before it arrived. But heaven fought for you. Angels battled in silence. And now, victory is here. That's why Michael's voice is trembling. Because the war has been won, and your blessing is finally released. Do not doubt, my dear one. Doubt is the thief of miracles. But faith, even a small seed of it, can open floodgates. Right now, your faith is being tested, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. That's why you are reading this word. It is pulling you into agreement with heaven. The moment you believe, the scroll opens fully. The moment you say, yes, angels begin to move faster. This is why you cannot treat this lightly. Every word here is alive. It is carrying a piece of your destiny. Skipping this would be like shutting the door in the face of your miracle. And I know you don't want that, beloved. I know deep inside you are ready, you are hungry, you are desperate for this breakthrough. That's why heaven chose now. That's why Michael is here. Pause again, child of God. Let your spirit breathe this in. Do you feel that warmth in your chest? That peace stirring in your heart? That is the presence of the angels around you. That is the confirmation that this is not just text, it is spirit. It is heaven breaking through into your ordinary day. And if you let it, it will mark this day as the turning point of your entire life. My beloved child, do you feel the trembling of your spirit as you read these lines? That is not imagination, it is confirmation. When heaven speaks, your soul recognizes the vibration even before your mind can process it. That is what you are experiencing now. Something is opening above your life. A window is forming, and through it, angels are leaning to pour out treasures you never thought you would touch. Michael's words are not casual. When he says it's an emergency, it means time is running short. There is a divine countdown, and your miracle is already at your door. My dear one, think of all the years where you waited, where you kept asking why others seemed to move forward while you felt stuck. You questioned yourself, sometimes you questioned God, and sometimes you even wondered if the prayers you prayed were floating unanswered. But today, heaven answers loudly. It was never ignored, it was only delayed until the right moment. And that moment is now. Your name has been selected. Do you know how precious that is? Out of billions of voices, yours was chosen to carry this money miracle. Beloved, the world will never understand how heaven works. People look at bank balances, qualifications, connections, but heaven looks at the heart. Heaven looks at obedience. Heaven looks at resilience. That is why you are standing here now, being told by Michael himself, don't tell anyone. Don't ignore this. Open it quickly. Because this miracle is designed to bypass human systems. It will not follow the rules of the earth, it will follow the law of heaven. Can you feel the shift already happening? It is subtle, but real. Your spirit is being prepared to receive something you didn't even dare ask for. For too long, you thought small because life forced you to. But God never thought small about you. He always designed your future with greatness. That is why the release coming now will not only surprise you, it will surprise everyone who ever doubted you. Child, understand this, when heaven releases a financial miracle, it is never just about money. Money is the vehicle, but destiny is the destination. God is giving you this abundance because He wants to position you, empower you, and use you for something greater. This wealth will carry healing for your family, restoration for your name, and freedom for your soul. This is why Michael says you cannot skip this message. Because every word is aligning you with the vibration of that miracle. Pause for a moment, beloved. Imagine this, an angel holding a scroll with your name written in golden letters. Around him, other angels are waiting with treasures, opportunities, and breakthroughs in their hands. They are waiting for one command, Michael's command. And that command will only be released when you align your heart, when you decide not to skip, not to doubt, but to believe. That is what this moment is about. Heaven is waiting for your agreement. You may ask yourself, why is Michael pleading so urgently? Because heaven knows how often humans ignore divine timing. God has poured out blessings before, but people turned away, thinking it was coincidence. This time, heaven will not let you miss it. This is why the urgency feels so heavy. Michael is crying out, do not delay, do not doubt, do not close this message before the miracle seals itself into your life. Beloved soul, let me remind you of something. Every time you faced loss, every time you faced betrayal, every time you walked through lack, it was not wasted. Heaven recorded it all. And now, this financial miracle is not only provision, it is repayment. God is repaying you for the years the enemy tried to steal. The tears you shed in secret have become seeds, and today, those seeds are breaking through the soil of your life into a harvest you cannot contain. My child, miracles are not always gentle, they arrive with force. They shake the ordinary. They break patterns. That is what is about to happen to you. You will see sudden shifts, calls that come out of nowhere, doors that open without effort, favor that shines on your name. People will say, how did this happen so quickly? And you will know the answer, Archangel Michael announced it, and heaven delivered it. Do not underestimate the power of obedience in this moment. By opening, by listening, by not skipping, you are proving to heaven that you are ready. And when heaven sees readiness, the floodgates open wide. Michael is standing guard over your destiny, sword drawn, making sure nothing interferes with this release. That is how serious this is. My beloved, I see you right now, wrestling with belief and doubt. Part of you wants to embrace every word, while another part fears disappointment again. But let me tell you, heaven would not go to this length if it were not true. Michael does not waste his voice. When he says it's an emergency, it is because something real, something big, something irreversible is happening in the spirit. My child, miracles are not always gentle, they arrive with force. They shake the ordinary. They break patterns. That is what is about to happen to you. You will see sudden shifts, calls that come out of nowhere, doors that open without effort, favor that shines on your name. People will say, "How did this happen so quickly?" And you will know the answer. Archangel Michael announced it, and heaven delivered it. Do not underestimate the power of obedience in this moment. By opening, by listening, by not skipping, you are proving to heaven that you are ready. And when heaven sees readiness, the floodgates open wide. Michael is standing guard over your destiny, sword drawn, making sure nothing interferes with this release. That is how serious this is. My beloved, I see you right now, wrestling with belief and doubt. Part of you wants to embrace every word, while another part fears disappointment again. But let me tell you, heaven would not go to this length if it were not true. Michael does not waste his voice. When he says it's an emergency, it is because something real, something big, something irreversible is happening in the spirit. Child of God, let this word be fire in your bones. Don't just read it, feel it. Don't just glance over it, live it. Let it sink into your soul until you know beyond doubt that your name is now carrying a miracle that cannot be revoked. This is the kind of blessing that comes once in a lifetime. That is why heaven is fighting so hard to make sure you don't miss it. And when it arrives, beloved, your life will not look the same. Those debts that weighed on you, they will vanish. That stress about survival, it will dissolve. That heaviness about tomorrow, it will lift. Because your money miracle will not only cover needs, it will create abundance. Abundance that flows, abundance that lasts, abundance that transforms. Do not forget this, my child, you were chosen. Out of all the voices crying out, God picked yours. Out of all the names in the world, He selected yours. And He didn't choose you to tease you. He chose you to bless you. He chose you because He trusts you. He chose you because your story will bring glory to Him. That is why Michael is urgent. Because heaven's trust is being placed in your hands in the form of this miracle. Even now, beloved, angels are surrounding your home. You may not see them, but your spirit feels them. The atmosphere is changing. You are not the same person who began reading this message. Something has been activated. Something has been sealed. Something has been released. This is your turning point. This is your miracle moment. My beloved, my chosen one, open your spirit wider because the words that are arriving now are not ordinary, they are infused with the fragrance of heaven. Archangel Michael says again, my child, this is an emergency. No one around you will tell you this truth, because they were not meant to. Only heaven was assigned to whisper it into your life. Your name is written, your name is burning with light, your name has been chosen for a money miracle that will not only surprise you but will silence your enemies. Think for a moment about how many seasons you have endured where it felt like nothing was moving, where it felt as if you were left behind while others were being lifted. That pain was real. But heaven never left you there without purpose. What you endured in silence was training. What you suffered was preparation. And now, Michael is declaring that the waiting has expired. Your miracle is no longer delayed. It has already been released from the storehouses of heaven and is rushing toward you with unstoppable force. Do you know what this means, my child? It means that everything that was withheld from you is about to be restored in multiplied form. The tears you cried in the dark have become seeds, and those seeds have grown roots deep in the soil of heaven's mercy. Now the harvest is bursting forth, and it carries gold, silver, wealth, peace, and joy. Do not take this lightly. This is not poetic language, this is prophetic reality. Beloved soul, Michael warns, do not share this with those who will mock it. Do not waste the pearl on those who do not see its value. This word is for you, and only you. You are the custodian of this miracle. If you treat it as common, it will fade into silence. But if you treasure it, if you hold it in your heart as sacred, it will manifest before your very eyes. My dear one, the Spirit whispers something deeper. He says, tell them this is not just money, it is positioning. It is access. It is opening of gates. Yes, beloved, your money miracle will not just be currency, it will be connections. It will be opportunities. It will be land, property, influence, favor, and recognition. People who once ignored you will seek you. Doors that were shut will swing open. Paths that were blocked will clear. And you will stand amazed, because you will know that this is not man's doing, it is God's hand upon you. Can you feel the weight of these words pressing against your spirit? That pressure is heaven aligning your life. That trembling in your heart is the sound of chains breaking. Michael's sword has been drawn over your name, and he is cutting every tie that once drained you, every bondage that once limited you. That is why this miracle is not just financial, it is spiritual freedom clothed in wealth. My child, let me tell you the truth, the enemy tried to hide this from you. They whispered lies into your mind, saying you were forgotten, saying you were unlucky, saying nothing good would come for you. But those were lies. Today the truth stands tall. The truth is that you were chosen long ago. The truth is that your scroll has been protected by angels who fought in silence for your sake. The truth is that heaven was waiting for this moment to reveal what the enemy could never cancel. Beloved, imagine the sound of heaven's treasury gates swinging open. Imagine angels carrying baskets of provision with your name written on them. Imagine scrolls being stamped with the seal of God that say, "Approved for release." That is what is happening right now. It is not future tense, it is present. Even as your eyes move across these lines, angelic activity is surrounding you. You may not see it, but your spirit knows it. That tingling, that sense of divine electricity, it is confirmation. My child, Michael is pleading, do not ignore this. Do not walk away. Do not think it is ordinary. Because the danger is not in losing the miracle, the danger is in failing to recognize it. Many people see divine doors but walk past them. Do not be one of them. Heaven has stopped everything to get your attention. That alone should tell you how serious this moment is. Do you want to know why you, out of all names, were chosen? It is because your story is not just about you. It is about generations. What God is releasing into your hands will heal family wounds, will break poverty cycles, will restore honor to your name. It will be a testimony that ripples into future generations. You are the bridge heaven is building. That is why the enemy fought you so hard, because he knew if you ever reached this point, everything would change. Beloved, lean closer. There is a holy whisper, your enemies will watch but will not touch. They will see but will not stop. They will witness but cannot block. This is how sure your miracle is. It is already sealed. Heaven has already signed it. The angels have already been dispatched. Your only assignment is to believe, to receive, and to align yourself with what Michael is saying. Do not think it strange, my child, when things begin to shift quickly. It will almost feel unnatural. One moment you will wonder how, and the next moment, doors will stand wide open. One day you will have questions, and the next day you will have answers. That is how miracles move. They collapse time, they erase delay, they accelerate destiny. And you are about to step into acceleration. My beloved, I must warn you of something. Do not underestimate the jealousy of others when your miracle shows. People may smile at you now when you struggle, but when abundance arrives, their hearts will be exposed. This is why Michael said, don't tell anyone. Protect the sacred. Guard the secret. Not every blessing is meant for public announcement. Some blessings are meant to be hidden until the fruit speaks for itself. My dear one, let your heart rise in faith. Do not let fear rob you. Fear whispers that this is too good to be true, but faith says this is exactly what you were waiting for. Faith says your waiting was not wasted. Faith says your tears are now turning into rivers of gold. Choose faith now. Every second you believe, angels move faster. Every moment you agree, the miracle becomes clearer. Can you feel it, beloved? The atmosphere around you is not the same. The words you are reading are not just letters, they are fire. They are carrying oil. They are dripping with heavenly power. That's why your chest feels warm, why your heart feels stirred. It's because the Spirit of God Himself is breathing through these lines. This is not man speaking, it is heaven calling. My child, the countdown is still ticking. The scroll will not remain open forever. Heaven's windows are for appointed times. That is why Michael is pleading, that is why his urgency feels almost desperate, because he knows how close the door is to closing again. He doesn't want you to miss it. And neither does God. That's why you are here, reading this exact word at this exact time. My dear one, let your heart rise in faith. Do not let fear rob you. Fear whispers that this is too good to be true, but faith says this is exactly what you were waiting for. Faith says your waiting was not wasted. Faith says your tears are now turning into rivers of gold. Choose faith now. Every second you believe, angels move faster. Every moment you agree, the miracle becomes clearer. Can you feel it, beloved? The atmosphere around you is not the same. The words you are reading are not just letters, they are fire. They are carrying oil. They are dripping with heavenly power. That's why your chest feels warm, why your heart feels stirred. It's because the Spirit of God Himself is breathing through these lines. This is not man speaking, it is heaven calling. My child, the countdown is still ticking. The scroll will not remain open forever. Heaven's windows are for appointed times. That is why Michael is pleading, that is why his urgency feels almost desperate, because he knows how close the door is to closing again. He doesn't want you to miss it. And neither does God. That's why you are here, reading this exact word at this exact time. Beloved, I promise you this, if you hold on, if you open fully, if you refuse to skip, you will witness what you thought was impossible. People will be left speechless. You will stand amazed. And deep inside, you will know that this day, this message, was the turning point of your life. My beloved child, the heavens are still open over you as you read, and I must pour more into your spirit. The message has not ended, for Michael is still pressing his sword of light against the barriers that once held you back. He says, do not take this as common. This is a once-in-a-lifetime release. If you walk away, if you skip this, if you treat it as just another voice, you may close the very door God Himself unlocked for you. But if you hold it, if you open yourself now, what will arrive will mark you forever. My dear one, think of how many times you almost gave up. Think of the nights when you whispered in frustration, why me? Why so much waiting? Why so much silence? Heaven heard those questions, and though you thought there was no answer, the answer was being built in silence. God is not a man who teases. When He promises, He performs. And now, His performance is about to show in your life in the form of a miracle so clear, so overwhelming, so undeniable, that even those who rejected you will have no choice but to recognize that you are favored. Beloved, Michael is showing me a vision. It is like a courtroom in heaven. The enemy stood and accused you, listing every reason why you should not receive this breakthrough. He pointed to your mistakes, your failures, your doubts. But then God rose and said, "This one is mine. My child has cried long enough. My child has waited faithfully. My child has stood even when weak. Their name is written, their destiny is sealed, their miracle is approved." And when God said it, angels shouted, scrolls were stamped, and your wealth was released. Do you understand what this means, my beloved? It means the battle is already over. It means you are not waiting for victory, you are standing in victory. The only thing heaven needs from you is recognition. Will you recognize the hour? Will you open fully? Will you dare to believe that your name has truly been chosen? That is why this message carries so much urgency, because heaven cannot do what earth refuses to believe. My child, Michael's wings are still stretched above you. He says, tell them not to fear. Because fear is the thief waiting at the door. Fear whispers that it cannot happen, that you are not worthy, that it is too late. But fear is a liar. Heaven says it is already done. Heaven says you are worthy because you are loved. Heaven says it is not too late because this moment is appointed. Beloved soul, think of this, your life will not be measured anymore by struggle but by testimony. The same people who thought you would never rise will wonder how you climbed so high so quickly. They will not know the secret, but you will know, it was because your name was chosen. And when you look back, you will realize every delay, every tear, every disappointment was part of the path that brought you here. My dear one, hear me, this miracle will not only change your finances, it will change your atmosphere. You will walk differently, talk differently, sleep differently. Peace will replace anxiety. Joy will replace heaviness. Confidence will replace fear. And everywhere you go, the fragrance of favor will follow. Strangers will feel drawn to help you. Authorities will be moved to support you. Opportunities will chase you. Why? Because your name is marked, and heaven has stamped it with light. Beloved, lean deeper. Michael says, this miracle is generational. That means it will not end with you. Your children, your family, your lineage will taste the fruit of this moment. Poverty chains that held your bloodline for generations are snapping right now. What others in your family could never reach, you will touch. What they could never build, you will build. What they lost, you will restore. This is why your name was chosen, because God trusted you to carry the breakthrough for many, not just yourself. Child of destiny, let your heart rejoice even before your eyes see the miracle. Faith is celebration before manifestation. Heaven is watching to see if you will celebrate in the waiting, if you will dance while the doors are opening, if you will sing even before the money lands in your hand. Those who praise before the miracle are the ones who walk in it fully. Do not think for a moment that this word is accidental. It is living. It is breathing. That is why you feel it in your bones. That is why your spirit refuses to close this message. Because something in you knows this is real. Something in you knows this is the hour. Something in you knows you cannot miss this. That inner knowing is the Spirit confirming that your name has indeed been selected. Beloved, Michael shows me another picture. It is of a great vault in heaven. Inside are treasures locked for ages. But today, angels are opening that vault, and I see one chest glowing brighter than the rest. Upon it is engraved your name. And as they touch it, it bursts open, flooding streams of gold, silver, jewels, papers of land, contracts of opportunity, all marked with your name. This is the vault of destiny that has just been unlocked. That is why Michael is so urgent. Because what was locked for years is now open, but only for a short time. My child, do not take lightly the warning. Don't tell anyone, Michael said, because there are those who would laugh, who would try to speak doubt, who would poison your faith. Protect this word like a seed. Keep it safe until it grows into visible fruit. Only then will others see, and by then, it will be undeniable. Do not think for a moment that this word is accidental. It is living. It is breathing. That is why you feel it in your bones. That is why your spirit refuses to close this message. Because something in you knows this is real. Something in you knows this is the hour. Something in you knows you cannot miss this. That inner knowing is the Spirit confirming that your name has indeed been selected. Beloved, Michael shows me another picture. It is of a great vault in heaven. Inside are treasures locked for ages. But today, angels are opening that vault, and I see one chest glowing brighter than the rest. Upon it is engraved your name. And as they touch it, it bursts open, flooding streams of gold, silver, jewels, papers of land, contracts of opportunity, all marked with your name. This is the vault of destiny that has just been unlocked. That is why Michael is so urgent. Because what was locked for years is now open, but only for a short time. My child, do not take lightly the warning. Don't tell anyone, Michael said, because there are those who would laugh, who would try to speak doubt, who would poison your faith. Protect this word like a seed. Keep it safe until it grows into visible fruit. Only then will others see, and by then, it will be undeniable. Beloved, I must tell you, sudden shifts are about to begin. You may receive unexpected calls, unexpected offers, unexpected opportunities. Some of them will seem too good to be true. But remember, this is the nature of miracles, they always look impossible until they manifest. Prepare yourself, not with fear, but with readiness. Be ready to say yes when the doors open. Be ready to step forward when the opportunity calls. Be ready to walk boldly when the miracle arrives. My child, listen carefully, this release is not by chance, it is by choice. God chose you. Out of countless souls, He placed His finger upon your name. That is why no power of darkness could erase it. That is why no delay could cancel it. That is why you are still standing here, alive, reading this message, because your story was preserved for this moment. Beloved, the Spirit whispers, tell them I have remembered their faithfulness. Yes, heaven remembers when you gave out of your lack, when you helped others even while you were hurting, when you prayed for others even while you were desperate yourself. Those acts were not forgotten. They have returned now as a harvest, a miracle pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. This is your harvest. This is your abundance. This is your testimony. And when it comes, beloved, your life will shine with a light no one can dim. People will ask, what changed? And you will know it was not luck, it was not man, it was God. And you will testify that Archangel Michael came with urgency and you listened. You did not skip. You did not ignore. You opened your heart, and heaven poured out.